Good afternoon, and welcome to Blindformers. I'm Yost Blind Prime, and for today I will be teaching you how to transform Transformers Legacy Wild Rider he's a Decepticon from the Stuntacons, and teach you how to transform him from his robot mode into his vehicle mode. So, without further ado, let's begin, and let's get right into it. So, Wild Rider here, he's not that bad. I took off his guns, kind of put them together so I wouldn't lose them. Got a little gun group going there. I'm hoping all the other guns connect, because now we have, he's a leg section, and Dragstrip was an arm section, and Dragstrip's guns and his guns don't connect. But I'm wondering if all the leg guns connect and all the arm guns connect. So that's going to be an interesting thing to learn. And I also learned that apparently Dead End had gone up for pre-order, and I missed it. And I'm like, crap. There's no Dead End available online for me, and this makes me a super sad Prime. So Dead End's going to be coming probably in January or something, whenever Dead End finally makes it to the shelf. Sad to say. I won't be getting it kind of early. Like, I got Wild Rider here, which is super happy. I'm really happy I got the Wild Rider. So let's do what we can with this guy. So I'm messing with the back of him right now, because I'm trying to figure out where to begin. He's got a couple of ways you can begin this transformation. So we're going to go with the top first. So you're going to want to grab his head with one of your forefingers and just pull it forwards from the back of the head, and then you just rotate the head back into a compartment, and then you close it. Boom, just like that, his head is done. Or if you don't want it to be kind of creepy, spin his head 180 degrees so that his face is not facing forwards, then fold it back in, and now at the top there won't be a face hanging out there. But then again, because he's a Decepticon and he likes to be creepy, you can have a face just hanging out in there in that little spot where he's just driving around staring through the grill of the car, watching everything go down like a voyeur or something. So let's get right into this. What we're going to do first when it comes to this guy's transformation, after we've moved the head in, we're going to go ahead and fold this backpack bit up over his head just a bit, but we're going to let it hang out. Alright, you see how the wheel stuff is kind of on the sides? Go ahead and fold those wheels back into their section. Boom, boom, click, click. Nice. Go ahead and don't mess with this windshield. This windshield's necessary for locking the transformation in place. That's what I like about this windshield, though I do not like that it sits so out here. I worry about it breaking if it were to fall wrong, because this windshield is kind of important for locking down the figure. And it's going to be necessary towards the end of the transformation. Now let's move over to the hands. Go ahead and fold the hands into themselves. There's a negative spot that the hands fold into. And there we go. Nice. And then just go ahead and not really mess with the arms for now. We're just going to have them hanging out. We're going to move down here to the feet. And we're going to have to figure out how you pull these feet apart. Okay, so grab the feet on the inside of the front of the leg. Just on the inside area, you will feel that there's a little area there. There's a little slit, and that's where two panels are folded on top of each other. So you want to grab that with your fingernail and pull it apart. And it's going to open, it's just going to open up and allow you to fold the legs in. So we're going to follow that same step with the other side. We're going to grab that little bit. We're going to pull it apart so that the legs can now be achieved. And we're also going to go ahead and spin the waist 180 degrees for the transformation. And well, that's interesting, isn't it? Nope, that's right. Cool. All right, now that the legs are spun 180 degrees for transformation, we've got to work on these knees. So there's a really, really hard knee clicks in here. These things are beasts to get going, okay? These aren't kidding around, okay? They actually worry me a bit because they're so sturdy. But you want to break that knee really close, okay? There's a couple of places where this knee bends, but it bends in different directions. But you want to make sure you bend it into this hollow section, but do it as close to the kneecap as you possibly can, as close to this lower leg, or you'll miss it and you'll accidentally bend the wrong hinge for this. And keep your pressure with your thumb on that knee, because it's a ratchet and it's a hard ratchet. So it needs a little extra oomph to get that transformation going. And we're going to follow the same step on this side. We're going to give it that little extra oomph to get this transformation off the ground. There we go. Now it still bent that knee just a bit. All right, but I did get the spot in like I meant to. Nice, nice. fold out the feet so the feet aren't hanging up on anything. Now we're just going to fold this windshield forward just a bit, and we're not connecting the windshield yet, but now we're going to finish up these back legs. And this guy isn't really that difficult of a transformation, but he is kind of a fun one. He's a unique one. So then we're going to fold the back of the car bit, because that was the back of the leg, down as hard as possible, and then close the front of the leg over it. Now we're going to do the same here on this side. We're just going to fold that car section down. We're going to make sure that the bumper lines up, because there's some clicks in there for the bumper, and then we're going to close it. We're going to make sure all these guys line up, and we're going to make sure that these foot pads line up. Now these foot pads are neat because they're needed for some other things later on in the Menasor mode, but they do lay flat upon the ground. Now that all this stuff is in place, let's put these arms in the right spots. Getting the arms in the right spots, just fold them up, and to figure out which way to turn the arms, there's a lip, and that lip is some window stuff, I assume, and you want to make sure that lip is facing up, and that bottom little curved edge is facing down. And we're going to just connect this into place. Wait, did I do that wrong? Nope, okay. There it goes, nice. And then we're going to do the same with this one. Just line up that area. If you have to tilt the car just a bit to get that inside, sometimes it's better to actually transform the arms and put them in place first, which I should have kind of done, but since nothing else is really clicked into place yet, you can move the car slightly to get those little tabs into their spots, because there's a little tab on each end of the arm that will connect into a little tab hole that's right in front of the wheel well on the leg area that we have. We're almost done now. Look at that. Now we're going to fold the front of the car down all the way. And this is that part where we're going to make it's going to be a little difficult. It's going to be a little tricky because it doesn't like exactly doing what it's supposed to. It likes to hang out and bend forward just a bit. That is super annoying indeed. But you can get it down, and you just have to give it some pushes. But once it connects to all the little tabs, it will not pop up again. And after you've done all that, fold the window down and click it into place to lock the transformation up. And that's how you get Wild Rider in his, what I assume is a Lamborghini form. And we are going to go ahead and put his guns on his back. Boom. And... oh. Missing a siege port. Oh, there it goes. Alright. There we go. Boom and boom. That is how you get Wild Rider into his vehicle mode from his robot mode. It's an easier transformation than drag strip. It's a little more intensive because of the harder joints that you'll have to use a little extra force to actually click into place. And so I would match its difficulty with drag strip in that it needs, you need to understand where to apply pressure and where not to apply pressure, because there's a lot more clear, from what I understand, especially this giant clear window on Wild Rider, that you have to be careful of. You can't go, willy-nilly transforming this thing and using, 100% of your force 100% of the time. That's not going to work. So, follow this video. I instructed you exactly where to use the correct amount of force, and hopefully you won't have any of your translucent plastic or your, this clear plastic stuff crack on you, because that would really suck. Yeah, but this transformation wasn't, the greatest transformation, but it neither was the worst. So I'm going to give this transformation a 7 out of 10. It's a solid C. Gives it a solid C rating. It would be a little more, I think, but it's just, they did cut a few corners, but I get it. It's got combiner parts in it, and I'm going to judge all the combiner stuff separately, because I think it just needs to be judged separately. But I am judging on the understanding that this is also a combiner piece, though a very new type of combiner piece, and I've played with it with the leg. It's going to be a lot of fun. So tune in next Prime. We're going to go in depth on this vehicle mode. Shouldn't be too long of a video, I hope. And after that, we're going to cover on Friday the Ratchet. And it's currently raining outside because we're being hit by a hurricane. Hurricane parties await, unless this hurricane decides to miss us entirely and cut early. Don't know. but I'm looking to either get directly hit by a hurricane or get, hit by the edge of a hurricane. So fun times in my future. Thank you for watching, and tune in next Prime.